Welcome back and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and today I've been kind of meandering around my craft area trying to figure out what to do today. And one of the things that I did just now was a video on folding little pockets out of book page to have on hand to decorate. And then I got looking, once I was done that video, I got looking through my little stack of projects that I've set aside, and I came across these little art pieces that I had done some really pretty tags just recently with these three elements: the purple, the teal, and the little pictures of somebody's art out of a artist tour catalog. So I pulled out some of these plain pockets that we just made. Videos probably won't be one right after another, but these are just the simple ones that I like to make a lot of these, where it's just simple, fold the page in half, you've got yourself a pocket, put a notch in one side, glue it up bottom and side. So I'm just inking around the edges. I don't usually do that when I'm making them. And then I did some of these little lone pine trees, and I cut them out with the ripple scissors. Then I added them onto this polka dot paper and inked that edge really strongly so that it brought some of the amber colors from the painting into this piece. And then I thought I could just simply do that, or we could maybe add a little bit more elements to it. So I'll get my labels, tickets, and tags out here. Let's see what I've got in tickets that might work. I have these organized quite nicely now in these little folders, so I can kind of see what color tickets are in each little folder. So these blue beer tickets are about the right color, and it's not just blue beer tickets in here, there's all types of tickets. So we've got Railway, Sector 15, Cinema. What is this one? Playland. I think I'm going to use that Sector 15 one first. So I'm going to ink it up. I still want it to be blue. This is obviously a printed one. It's just white on the back. But I can put it somewhere kind of like this, maybe in underneath. Like that. I don't want to take away too much from my focal point, which is this tree, but I think it needs something else over here. So I'm not too worried about whether I see my book page or not. It's not really important to the story here. But I have these little, they're book plates. I got them at the yard sales in Ottawa in May, but they're the right colors. So I'm going to use one of these. It came in a nice little box. It says from the library of. Well, I'm not going to use that part. I'll use my tear ruler, I think. And maybe what I'll do is I don't even need to tear it much. But I would like a torn edge. Actually, it's hard to tear a small little bit off, so I'm going to just use my ripple scissors right around the edge of the map. Get rid of the white border. And then this can go off to the side. I think maybe I do need something plain around this because I'm not really seeing the pattern. So maybe I could use a bit of this border here. Just nip it off there. And nip it off there. So let's ink this. Inking this up as I go, people. I just found something pretty that I wanted to work with, and instead of doing it off camera, I decided to do it while you watch. Always have the option of not putting the video on the air if it's a total fail. But if I feel it's good at all, I will share it. I might as well film while I can, while I'm home alone. Sometimes I have to craft without filming, or if I do film, I know I can't use the audio. Make sure this is right side up, and I'm putting it up and to the left. And then I'll put this down about where I think. And I'm going to ink this as well around this outer edge, so it doesn't look too new. The inner edge is going to be covered, so I'm not worried about that, but I'm going to do these little ends where I've used the ripple scissors to give it a bit of a torn looking edge. And I'll just use a strip of tacky glue on this. Place it roughly where I think. And then I'll glue this right down. This was already glued up before I started today. Something I did last time. So it's ready to go. It's sort of the beginnings of a cluster. I don't know if you call two things a cluster. But this is a great way to use your clusters, is to decorate these little pockets. So just that little bit of plain to separate the two patterns. And then my ticket. I think I'm going to slide it in underneath there while it's still able to do so. So I don't want it, I want it to go in under this and this, and I don't want it lined up with anything. So it's a jog here, it's a jog here. The only thing I would maybe change, and I can do that on the next one, is I would bring this border a little further over and a little further down. But that's as simple as that. And you can still add more 3D elements like buttons or some ribbon or some lace, but I think for what this is, it doesn't really need anything else. And this will be used likely to send happy mail. And what I might do right off the bat is put one of these, let's see, I've already done one with the ticket there. Put one of these right in here. And that can be, if it's being sent in happy mail, you've got an example of the same thing that you could work with. I could even put one of the book plates in. I don't think I have enough of the polka dot paper to give them more of that. But that gives them the elements that I've used in this little pocket that they can use as well to make something else, or to make something that coordinates with this. So that's a good way when you're getting your happy mail ready, is to make up the little pocket and then stuff it with things that coordinate with what you decorated it with. And that's a good way to get them. And they can be really generic. They don't have to be something of any particular theme. We all just are looking for something pretty, right? I'm going to pull another couple of these out. Use it again, maybe in a different way. I think I'd like to try using it with this as well, this other painting. So this was a local studio tour, and these were cut out of the brochure for it. So I got several copies of the little brochure when the tour was over, and used them to make little clusters. It starts of little clusters. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Cut my map out. Find myself a plain-ish pocket. There's one that's a little bigger. I'll try a little bigger one here. Ink this. Doesn't show up a lot, but it does show, and it does make a difference in my opinion. Gets rid of any little white bits. Just makes it look old. In fact, with map, I often like to ink it really dark, so it almost looks like a burnt edge. I love that look. So I want to maybe leave a little bit of the text in the background showing. I don't want to completely cover it like I started to do there. I'm going to use the glue stick to get good all over gluing on the back of that. And then my tacky glue around the edge. And you might not want to go to the trouble of this for something that's just going to go in Happy Mail, but I pretty much do it with everything. That. And then my little border, like I said, this time I think I'll make it a little wider than the picture. I just want to get rid of that little bit of green. There. And down here. So if I figure out roughly where this is going to go down in the corner here. Now that one had, it had a different setup because the piece of paper that was underneath it was off to the side like that. So this will look a little different. I need something else down here, I think. Now before I used it with purple and that looked really good. So maybe I'll just do a little corner out of purple. So to do that, and I might do it with the outside edge rippled. And just cut. I mean, I could leave the whole piece, but all you're going to see is this little border bit. So to save my purple cardstock, which purple is the hardest color to find. So I'm going to place this kind of where I would want it on the page. I am going to ink it. It does make a difference. Look at how much better that looks inked for this sort of styling anyway. And I will do this. And don't make that quite so fat. So this can glue down where I want it. Down in the corner. Kind of lining it up with the text there so that it looks straight even if it isn't. And if you need to move it back and forth a bit, that just sort of spreads that glue around a bit. And then figure out, yeah, that just makes the whole thing pop, that little bit of purple, doesn't it? And then this, I want to ink this, but I want to also figure out where it goes. And I'll put it right there. So I usually have a pencil handy. That I can just make myself a little mark. Right there. This is going almost all the way over. So yeah, I do want to ink that outside edge. And that end. And that little bit that might be showing. Same thing down here. See if I can find all my little pencil marks. So just a single or a little squiggle of glue. That should get me right about where it needs to be. And then I can glue this thing down. This was already pre-created in another crafting session. All I did today was ripple around the edge of the teal. And I didn't ink it. It's going to be hard to ink now, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just carefully not to get glue on my inker. It'd be silly not to ink it after I've inked everything else. And then I'll just wiggle that around until it's exactly where I want it. Now I'm wishing my purple thing was over a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I think it's too late to lift it. And then maybe a ticket or something over here, eh? Could do the blue again. Got those handy. What's this one? Railway ticket. Maybe just the little square part of the railway ticket. Leaving that torn edge rather scruffy and inking it up really well. And that can go down in this corner that just looks a little empty here. And I won't put it in underneath because it kind of feels like it needs to be out down further in the corner, because this is a bigger envelope or pocket. And then I will ink that top edge and down the side. I left this just where the tear, where it came out of the book, is still there. I love that. See when it tears out with a bit of a texture to it. And you don't necessarily need to ink the back. If you're going to use it and you know you're going to glue it down, you don't need to ink the back. But if you're sending it in Happy Mail, go ahead and ink it, and that gives the person the option to just clip it in a book. And if you really wanted to, you could decorate the back, but I tend not to do that. And again, you can include the things you've used in there. So I have another piece of that map. That pocket was glued shut a little bit. And then I've got another piece of this that was glued up onto some paper. I love this teal background paper. So I'll put it in there. And I guess I could give some purple too, but I don't want to. I'll look for some purple to put in there when I clean out my purple drawer. But that gets them started with a few things. So I just wanted to show you that idea rather than do it off camera, because once I showed how to make those pockets, I wanted to show how to decorate them, and it's so easy. So quick if you've already got some things that you've kind of made up. And then because you can see how I use this border, I wouldn't necessarily throw these away. You just have to kind of gauge how much stuff like this you want to keep. Maybe put it back in the little box with the little maps. That's a good place to keep them in my case. And then when I go to use the next maps, I can decide whether I need that or not. At some point, I might say to heck with it, I don't need it, and toss it out. But for today, I want to keep it. So that's the end of that video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.